having this wonderful gathering at our safe place, that is our home. It's my pleasure to welcome Mr. Dinesh sir for this event, the Infosys co-founder. I also like to invite and happy to introduce Mr. Nishant Sir Gautam, the Director of AICCSD and the Advisory Board Member of Learners, and Mr. Shiv Shankar Sir, the Advisory Board Member of Learners PU College, Mr. Anbalagan Sir, the Learners Well-Wisher, Nandini Ma'am, our Maths teacher, Mr. Nandakumar, the Advisory Board Member of Learners PU College, Mr. Murli Mohan, the founder and the director of Learners PU College. I welcome all the students, teachers, parents, and our alumni for this event. Welcome you all. As we can't light the lamp here virtually, but I'm sure I have put it at my home in the process of this event. So let us go for the invocation song from one of our students, Miss Shrestha.
Shrestha, we have to enable.
I request Shrestha to start the invocation song for all of us.
You enable Shrestha.
Yes, Shrestha, we can see you.
Namma Sharade Uma Maheshwari Danyarama Namma Sharade Uma Maheshwari Danyarama Kammagulana Vairi Sukhanada Sundida Hemmiya Gananatane Gananatane Kammagulana Vairi Sukhanada Sundida Hemmiya Gananatane Gananatane Namma Sharade Uma Maheshwari Danyarama More Kappina Bhava Morada Gadada Kivi Horidade Danyarama More Kappina Bhava Morada Gadada Kivi Horidade Danyarama Murtannina Suta Muriditta Chandrana Veerata Gananatane Ammayya Murtannina Suta Muriditta Chandrana Veerata Gananatane Ammayya Namma Sharade Uma Maheshwari Danyarama Rashi Vidyaya Balla Ramani Hambalanulla Hashigani Danyarama Rashi Vidyaya Balla Ramani Hambalanulla Hashigani Danyarama Le Sagi Sujanara Salahuan Linyadi Keshavadasa Kane Ammayya Le Sagi Sujanara Salahuan Linyadi Keshavadasa Kane Ammayya Namma Sharade Uma Maheshwari Nimmolagi Danyarama Nimmolagi Danyarama Nimmolagi Danyarama
Wonderful, wonderful, Shrestha. Amazing. Definitely, yeah, all the blessings of the God will be on all of us. God bless you, dear. Thanks a
Thank
lot.
you. Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you. Thank you. So we are very happy to have all our students so talented academically and also co-curricularly. And also Shrestha is a wonderful classical dancer also. And we have many more students who are equally good at co-curricular activities. I wish we could have an elaborate event where we can demonstrate all our students' co-curricular activities. But as we have a time shortage and space shortage, let us limit on to that. Let me take this time and it's my pleasure to introduce our guest, Mr. K. Dinesh, sir. Sir is a co-founder of Indian tech giant Infosys. He served as a member of board of Infosys from 1981 to 2011. He retired as a head of the quality, information system and communication of the communication design group. Since stepping down from the company's board, he and his wife Asha have devoted themselves to philanthropy. They have funded Cancer Center at Narayana Health Hospital and a clinic both in our Mysore city. Dinesh sir had visited learners in 2013 and enlightened the students with his wisdom. When he visited, we were a little nervous about how to interact, but Sir's charisma and gentle smile just made all the students comfortable and they all started asking questions to Sir. And many of those batch students have joined today to revisit and recall their memories, Sir. I am very happy to say you that. And learners, faculty, and students firmly believe the concept of 5W1H, which was introduced by Dinesh sir to our founder sir, Mr. Murli Mohan, and our faculties. Sir has provided us with such a powerful tool that our students use in their board exam as well as to revise their complete competitive concepts for their exam. And I also would like to tell you that they extend this in their professional courses and excelling it with the help of this 5W1H. Every time we have met Sir, he has enlightened us with new techniques and trends. We are very grateful to you, Sir, for that. One of the quote I would like to say from Dinesh sir's only last year, October, when he visited Mysore, he said, knowledge has no boundaries and border. So very true at such a crisis when we are all locked down at our safest place away from our regular learning environment, but we can't stop the knowledge growth. As Sir said, knowledge has no boundaries and borders. Let us enhance it in a digital way. I request you, sir, to please inaugurate this Learners Online Digital Platform, www.learnersdigital.com, as one step ahead for this same quote of yours, which says, knowledge has no boundaries and borders. I request you, sir, to please inaugurate the digital platform. Sir, can enable.
Hold on one moment.
So very soon, sir will be sharing his screen with us, all of us, and is going to inaugurate our Learners Digital Online Platform. Yes, sir, you can see your screen. And this is a digital platform, learnersdigital.com. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir, for inaugurating it.
It's my pleasure.
I request. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir. I request our founder, sir, Mr. Murli Mohan, sir, to give a brief introduction about this platform.
Mr. Dinesh sir, learners, family members, faculty, parents, well-wishers, and my dear students, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. As our principal Madhavi Madam mentioned, Dinesh sir has given us a powerful tool, 5W1H, to learn about anything. So let me apply today to share my thoughts about Learner's digital platform. Why this platform? What is the uniqueness of it? And how courses are structured and delivered here. The courses in this platform are designed and developed based on our unique learning methodology, which comprises 5W1H framework, mind map tools, and study technology, which makes learning very easy and effective. We believe that the only factor to success is a strong discipline in fundamentals, and students can become independent learners once they gain fundamental knowledge and skills of a subject. Platform course structure, 5 steps. The first step is students enrollment. Second step is pre-assessment. We observe that many students lack fundamental skills, so we conduct pre-assessment to identify skills in which the student is good at and the skills that need to be enhanced. The third step is we will assign a mentor who analyzes this pre-assessment result and create awareness about the importance of learning basic skills. Which fourth step is system will create a personalized training plan. It consists of 3 activities. In this personalized training plan, once again, student has to do using real life examples and interesting games, using concept videos or live classes. We also believe that practice makes a man perfect or progress. Once student understand the concepts, practice session is mandatory and it will be system driven.
Rarely built.
Practice. Individual skill assessment. In this fashion, he will learn all the skills one by one. The fifth step is post-assessment. In this phase, student once again takes assessment on the entire course. Measure the student's performance improvement because we have got the pre-assessment result. So during this entire process, the system tracks students' effort and measure progress in each and every step and can be monitored by mentor and also parents. Currently, we have designed math development course and also SSLC math and science mock tests for the benefit of students who are going to appear for the upcoming 10th standard board exams. As most of you are aware, we have been delivering our second PU classes online for last 1 month. We will soon start our first PU online classes using this platform. The advantage of online classes, we are able to schedule classes from people like Mr. Rangarajan, who is an ex-Infosys China CEO. In future, we'll be scheduling classes from experts across the globe. I think today we have Mr. Mariadas joining this meeting from USA. He was my ex-colleague in Infosys. He is very eager to deliver the classes for our students. And also we'll be consolidating all the content, lectures, assignments, and assessments on this platform. So I would like to take this opportunity to thank all the people who involved in this project. First of all, I would like to thank all our faculty, Mr. Swaminathan sir, Dr. Raghavendra, Mr. Mahadev, Mrs. Divyarani, Mrs. Srija, Ms. Rekha, Ms. Bhavna, Ms. Suchitra, Ms. Rachita, Ms. Sushma, Mr. Yogesh, Mr. Nitin, and Mr. Nagaraj sir, and our principal Madhavi Klita madam, Mrs. Kavya, who have been working with a lot of dedication and passion. My special thanks to Mr. Bhaskar, I think he's joining from Tirupati, Mr. Pankaj Gupta, and Ms. Serenya, she's joining from Hosur, I guess. Ms. Seema joining from Pandupura, and Mrs. Nandini madam, Mr. Kamal, Mr. Prashant, Mr. Deepak for their wonderful timely support. The system was built in a very short span of time, and the credit goes to Mr. Ram Prasad and his team. Thank you, Mr. Ram. I would like to request all the students and teachers to give a big round of applause for Mr. Ram. He and his team worked very hard to build this system. It is our responsibility ability to use it effectively for our own good. I would also like to thank Mr. Rajgopal, Mr. Shivshankar sir, Mr. Nandakumar sir, Mr. Banu Pratap, Mr. Sunil, Dr. Madan, and many other well-wishers, Mr. Anbu sir, for their timely support and guidance. Finally, but not the least, I would like to thank my dear friend, Mr. Nishant Kumar Gautam, who has been the pillar of strength for Learners Foundation Trust since its inception. Today, we are fortunate that this platform is inaugurated by Mr. K. Dinesh sir, who has been a great source of inspiration for me since my Infosys days. He has been very kind to us and supportive all the time. He shares a lot of wisdom from his life experiences, which helps us to move in the right direction. Sir, we would be grateful to you forever for your encouragement and great support. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Murli Mohan sir. So sir is inspired by Dinesh sir, and the whole learners team is inspired by Murli sir to take this ahead. So we are very happy to have both the leaders with us, so that we are going in the right direction. And in this e-learning phase, we have also taken a big giant step according to us. We feel going online, having digital classes. Thank you, both of you. I request Dinesh sir to please address the whole gathering, where the students are eagerly waiting to listen to your talk about think positive, think future, think learning. Over to you, Dinesh sir.
Thank you.
Can we remove shares? Let it be. Yeah. Can we remove? Yeah, already is. His audio is not. Yes. Fine, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You can start. Sir, you can start, sir.
Personal life and Infosys life. So I'll share that. But before that, when I looked at the inauguration that happened with the Inauguration song, I thought, a story comes to my mind. So it seems there were 5 candles in a room, and a boy entered that room, and all these candles were lighting very well, and the room was very well lit. The child was happy, dancing around, talking, and all that. So suddenly, the first candle said, "Oh, I am courage. Because of me, the world stands there. So I am the most admired person. So I should be the one who should get prominence. I am the first candle." Then the second one said, "No, no, 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 no. I am perseverance. So I always stand, because of which the world is existing." So like the third one said, "I am fairness." Fourth one said, "I am integrity." Each of them said they are more important to the world than anyone else. Suddenly a wind blew through the window, and all the candles. Can you all hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. The wind blew, and all the candles went away. 4 candles. There is only one candle that was left, and that said, "No, don't worry. I am the 5th candle, but I am the one. I stand for hope. I stand for hope. And using me, you can lit all the other candles, 4 which have gone out, and the world will come back." So that is what we need to have in the current situation. Don't lose your faith and the hope that you have. The world will come back to its state, shortly, I would say. It may be 6 months, it may be 1 year, it may be 2 years, but the world has gone through these cycles that you are going through. Sometimes, we should say we are very fortunate. The technology is so advanced that we will be able to conquer this much faster than what others have been able to do in the past. So the very fact that we are all meeting on the web now digitally and communicate, none of that existed 100 years back. So to me, that gives me a lot of courage and hope that the world will be back to its thing very soon, and our healthcare as well as the medical technology will bring us back to that. So with that, I want to start. When Murali asked me, sir, I want to launch this. So the question that I had was that this is the topic I want to talk. Then I said, what the world right now, what you are seeing through yourself, what is required is positive thinking. When you see every day the web, TV, newspaper, everywhere, you see so much of negative news. But we have to be positive minded in these circumstances, both students and parents. I'm addressing here. We have to be positive minded to address what we need to do, think of the future that we need to think of than the present. Present will go very shortly, but you have to think of the future, your future and the world's future. Towards that, we need to take certain steps that are required. And very happy that you're all here to do the third step, which is the learning. So learning is very important. Don't stop that learning, that you need to do. The exams and all of that will come very soon. Don't worry. Get prepared. Get prepared. So that is where some of these learn the right things from the basics that are required to take you and make you stronger. Use the time usefully to learn the right things, and very importantly, we have the positive mind to address the issues that are likely to come. I am reminded of what my father used to tell me, when I was young. So he used to tell me, Dinesh, you should have 5 friends. You should have 5 friends. So then I used to ask him, what? See, you already have one friend. Then I say, I don't understand. Where is that person? Then he said, you have the second friend. So like that, I used to argue with him for almost, half an hour to 1 hour. And he was a high school headmaster, science teacher. I'm very fortunate I had a teacher as well as a father like him. So that is where the parents have to give the positive thinking in the children's mind now, because there are so many things that are happening in the world. Parents have to provide the required, necessary positive energy to the children, not just money. The necessary guidance required, sharing their experiences. That is very important. So when he said, who are those 5 friends? I used to argue with him for half an hour. Then he would say, let us save some time. Those 5 friends that you need to have from the time you are born till you die, because we are born as human beings. We are not animals. We are born as human beings. So which means we have to think. Thinking is what we need to do. So these 5 friends are what, why, where, when, and how. So if we ask those questions or answer those questions, we are finding our way to the next step in the world. That is very important, and that is what this crisis has brought us to. Why has it come? Where has it come from? And when will it go away? How will it go away? And what do I need to do? So these are the kind of questions when you ask yourself in any situation. Similarly, in your learning, what do I need to learn? Why I need to learn? Where do I go and learn? And how do I learn? And what do I learn? If these 5 questions you start asking in many situations, things will become more clear to you what you need to do. So we all need to have a purpose in our life, and the purpose that right now, and especially students, your primary job is to learn. Learn now and make sure that you're able to equip yourself with the right knowledge and skills required for you to tackle the future. So with those kinds of things, what my father gave me as the wisdom, if I were to say, there are many things that have happened, but this wisdom has helped me overcome many difficulties that I had to go through in my personal life as well as in my professional life. So, because learning is a continuous process, as you all know. So you learn from your mistakes, and smart people are those who learn from others' mistakes. So that is where these platforms will make sure that you don't have to commit those mistakes yourself. And all of that has been built in checks and balances, and all the tests, self-learning, games, all of that Murali was saying. have been built into this, it looks like. So that is where using these platforms will only speed up your learning as well as the skills that is required for you to do right now. But key to that is your positive thinking. So when I look at news every day today, very little of TV screen I see today. Very little of TV screen I see. But I do keep 4 or 5 times go and see the numbers that are there, but see the positive side of that number. So many people are getting cured. A vaccine is being tried, and there are some drugs that are being developed. There are some testing tools that are developed. See those positive things that are coming in. Than only the negative in terms of, oh, so many deaths have happened and so many cases have been found. You need to be aware of your environment, but look at the positive things that you need to see in everything. That is very important for us to cultivate as a habit. And that is where the youngsters, you are all, I always find youngsters have a very positive mind towards the future, and that's what is required for us to build a new India, a new world that is required in these circumstances. Now, one other thing that I want to share with you is when you look at the opportunities that will come in future, whatever we have learned so far, that other than the basic knowledge that we will all learn, some of them will become redundant. Some of them will already become redundant. As I was trying to interact with Murli and others yesterday, I would share my things and all that, but to go to meeting, I had to learn from youngsters how to do some of that. I had not used that platform. Hopefully, I've been able to do that effectively today. So that is the learning for me. And I'm about 66 years now. So very important that each step that you get into where there is learning opportunities, learn, you will commit mistakes, you will fall, people may laugh at you, don't worry. Now I ask a simple question to all of you. When many of you are now adults or becoming adults, some of them are very mature, but when you were all born, did you know how to walk? Did you know how to talk? None of us knew. None of us knew how to walk, not even a step. But how did we learn? How did we learn that? So we got up, fell down, got up, fell down, got up, fell down. But others were laughing at us, how we walk and stop, fall down, all of that. But did you worry about it? You didn't worry about it. So that is very important for you to remember. Mistakes are bound to happen when you learn. Don't worry about those outcomes. But as you are moving towards what you need to do, that is very important. And that's what you are trying to do, even in your academics. As you learn, you will commit mistakes. Believe me, look at this fellow. I'm speaking to you in English. Hopefully, you all understand me, right? ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗತ್ತಾ ಎಲ್ರಿಗೂ? ನಾ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಈಗ.
ಕನ್ನಡ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸರ್.
BSc ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಸೆಮೆಸ್ಟರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಇಂಗ್ಲಿಷ್ ಫೇಲು 33 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್. BSc ಗವರ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಸೈನ್ಸ್ ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ 33 ಮಾರ್ಕ್ಸ್ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. Of course, I could repeat the exam and I will get at least 50-60% next time I try. And I prepared for that and got it. So that is why it is very important that each obstacle that you get in your path to what you need to do, you have to overcome that with positive mindedness to say how I will overcome that with even more greater results. So today I am speaking to all of you in English very clearly. Elrigu artha agtideyalla? Good. So even when Infosys was founded, first air journey I did in my life. First air journey I did in my life was when Infosys was founded in 1981. In July, I went to United States. I had never traveled by air in my life till then. The first flight I took in my life was Bombay in the Frankfurt in the New York in the Tampa, Florida, with my co-founder Ashok Arora. So I went there, but I did not know how to wear the seat belt. Seat belt hakak bartirlilla nange. flight ಅಲ್ಲಿ. But I learned all of that. I had because I had my belief that I can do all of that and I can speak in English, and I was trying to Kannada medium ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಓದಿದ್ದು ನಾನು. ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು ಸಾಗರ, ಬೆಳೆದಿದ್ದು ಅರಸೀಕೆರೆ, ನೆಲಮಂಗಲ, ಮಾಗಡಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮೀಡಿಯಂ. ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದ್ರೆ ಬರೀ ಕನ್ನಡನೇ ಮಾತಾಡೋದು. I hope all of you can understand, in Kannada. Murali asked me I should speak in Kannada also. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಿರೋದು.
Yes, sir.
What, Murali?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please go ahead.
So when I went there, I had the confidence that I will be able to do. The beliefs are very, very important. Positive thinking is important. I want to emphasize that. And let me tell you, in Mysore itself, ಮೈಸೂರಲ್ಲಿ 1969ರಲ್ಲಿ July 19th or 17th, incident happened. ನಮ್ಮ ತಾತ ಅವರು ಮೈಸೂರಿನವರು, ರಾಮ್ ಶೇಷಯ್ಯ ಪುರೋಹಿತರು. ನಾನು ನೋಡೇ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅವರನ್ನ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹುಟ್ಟಕ್ಕೆ ಮುಂಚೆನೆ ಹೊರಟೋಗಿದ್ರು. ನಮ್ಮ ತಾಯಿನೂ ನೋಡಿರ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ ಅವರು. ಸೊ ಅವ್ರು ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ರು. ಸೊ ಅವರು ಆ ತರ ಮನೆ ಹೊರದು ಮನೆ ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ಲೇ ಈಗ ಕ್ಲಿನಿಕ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಿರೋದು ಮೈಸೂರು. ಬಟ್ ಅದನ್ನ ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ ರಿಲೇಟಿವ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದೆ ಒಂದು ಜುಲೈಯಲ್ಲಿ. ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಊರಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಗಡಿ, ನೆಲಮಂಗಲ, ಹೊಸಕೋಟೆ, ಅರಸೀಕೆರೆ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರು. ಸಾಗರದಲ್ಲಿ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ್ದು. ಸೊ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಿನ ಅಲ್ಲಿ July 19th ಕನ್ನಡ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಪ್ರಜಾವಾಣಿನಲ್ಲಿ ದೊಡ್ಡದಾಗಿ man has landed on moon. Neil Armstrong and Ed Aldrin have landed ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಸಿತ್ತು. ನಾನು ಅದ್ ನೋಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕುಣಿತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. ವಾವ್, ಮನುಷ್ಯ ಮೂನ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಅಂತ. ಅವಾಗ ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿರೋರೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಇದೆಲ್ಲ
ಒಳ್ಳೆ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಎದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರ್ತೇವೆ.
ತಪ್ಪಿದು ನ್ಯೂಸು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಂಬೇಡ ಇದನ್ನ. ನಾನ್ ಬಂದು ಕೇಳ್ದೆ, ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ನೀವು ಬಂದಿದೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಫೋಟೋನು ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಇಲ್ಲ ಇದು ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ನಿಜವಾದ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇದು, ಅದರಿಂದ ನಂಬಲೇಬೇಕು ಅಂದ್ರು ಅಂತ ನಾ ಹೇಳಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರು. ನಾನ್ ನಮ್ಮ ತಂದೆನ್ ಬಂದು ಕೇಳಿದೆ, ಅವರು ಮಾತಿನಲ್ಲಿದ್ರು, ಏನಿದು ಈ ತರ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ, ನಿಜ ಅಲ್ಲ ಅಂತಾರೆ, ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ? ಯಾಕೆ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ನಂಬೇಡ, ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳೋದನ್ನ, ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇರೋದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟು. Man has landed on moon. So now my belief was that man has landed on moon, but now we are listening to others and they are saying, he has not landed on moon, because their belief is, how can some man land on Chandra ದೇವ್ರ ಮೇಲೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಹೆಂಗ್ ಹೋಗಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿ. Now that has revolutionized the world now. That's a decision. So now if I had believed them, believe me, 3 years back, I went to New York and was attending a conference in Forbes, and I met the same person who had landed on moon, the only person who is living on Earth who has landed on moon, Ed Aldrin. ಊಟ ಮಾಡ್ತಿದ್ದ. So like that, you have to think of positive things which are extraordinary. It doesn't matter, but confirm through facts what is right, particularly in the current circumstances when you see news ಇಲ್ಲಿ ವಾಟ್ಸಪ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಾ, ಡೇಟಾನೆಲ್ಲ ಸುಮ್ಮನೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ನಂಬ್ಕೊಂಡು you will go on a different path. It is very important. Your fathers, mentors and all of them, check them before you come to any conclusion. So that is another thing I wanted to share with you. And there are many things that happened in my life. In 1990 February 14, ನಾನು ನನ್ನ ಇಬ್ರು ಬಾಂಬೆಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಿ. ಬಾಂಬೆನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವ್ರ ಬ್ರದರ್ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ, ನಾವು ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಲ್ಲಿ. ಹೋಗಿದ್ವಿ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಹಿಂದಿನ ದಿನ ಏನೋ ಒಂದು ಫಂಕ್ಷನ್ ಮುಗಿಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ದಿನ I have booked my flight from Bombay to Bangalore, February 14th, 1990. I still remember. So Indian Airlines flight ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಬ್ರದರ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು, ಕಾಶು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ 6:30ಗೆ ಯಾವ್ದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತೀರಾ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಲೇಟ್ ಆಗಿರೋ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಹೋಗಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ಸಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ಗೆ 5:30ಗೆ ಬುಕ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ, 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ. ಇಂಡಿಯನ್ ಏರ್ಲೈನ್ಸ್. ಮಾಡಿ ಏರ್ಪೋರ್ಟ್ ಬಂದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಟಿವಿ ಗಿವಿ ನ್ಯೂಸ್ ಪೇಪರ್ ಏನು ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಬಂದ್ವಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರು ಕೌಂಟರ್ ಖಾಲಿ ಇದೆ, ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಬಟ್ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ ಅನೌನ್ಸ್ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಬಟ್ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕೆ ಯಾರು ಇಲ್ವಲ್ಲ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳಿದ್ದಕ್ಕೆ, ಅಥವಾ ವೆರಿ ಫ್ಯೂ ಪೀಪಲ್ ಆರ್ ದೇರ್, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಇಲ್ವಾ ನಿಮ್ ನ್ಯೂಸ್? ಏನು ಒಂದು ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿದ್ ಫ್ಲೈಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಹಸ್ ಕ್ರಾಶ್ ಲ್ಯಾಂಡೆಡ್ and about 90 people have died out of it in HAL airport. So now my next question to Asha was, now do we need to go in this flight? She said, yeah, we'll go. I also supported that because I knew in the history and not even a single flight has crashed twice in the same place, same airline on the same day. I said, we will take this is the safest flight, and we came back here. So like that, there are certain risks you have to take. This, what we are going through is one such phase. But don't worry, you don't have to go through that. So right now, your focus should be on positive thinking, focus on what you need to do, learning, and learn what is required with the right kind of environment and mentors that you have, so that you can tackle all the things that are required for you to do. So with those few words that I wanted to share with you, I want to thank you all for this opportunity, especially Murali and Madhavi. And now I open the floor for any questions that you may have.
Please once again repeat.
Yes, sir. Thanks a lot, sir, for your inspirational talk. Definitely, learning is a continuous process, and in that process, we have to be positive, focus on what has to be learned, what is on priority for us. So definitely our students and the alumni and the parents and the teachers community all will be benefiting with all these key points that you have told us. And we always at Learners have this great pleasure of following your trends and techniques that you have always shared with us. And hopefully my whole team will be applying it. And at this lockdown time, I think they have plenty of time to reflect on these concepts so that they can imbibe in them. So let me bring up the first question for you, sir. Yes, the first question is, many students are getting frustrated due to continuous postponing of the examination, lockdown extensions, pressure from parents to constructively utilize their time, and constant pushing from teachers to meet up their expectations. How do we as teachers rebuild their interest? This question was framed by Anthony Kamalnathan, a teacher.
It's a good question relevant to what we are all going through. When we were young also, definitely I had, Nam Tandevaru, very considerate and very balanced father I had, who was also a teacher. Our advice ಕೊಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಿದ್ದು, again, think positively, and these are things that they have to say. It's not that they are showing their stress on you, it is for your good they are saying. But having said that, look at positive way why they are saying and what you need to do. One of the things that my routine today, even at the age of 66, what do I do? Morning I get up at 5 o'clock, prepare my coffee, and 5:45, 6 o'clock I get a trainer. Now trainer is not coming, I do myself the training in the basement, the gym that I have. And then after that, about half an hour later, I do my yoga for about 45 minutes to 1 hour, 45 minutes to 1 hour, or sometime in the evening I do. Then I get into my regular routine of what I need to do. It's very important that you build certain hygiene, discipline into your life. If you sleep at 2 o'clock and get up again half asleep, how will you be able to learn? So you have to have proper sleep and take everything positively. Introduce things similar to yoga and personal training that you can do yourself. It's very important that we build those disciplines in this free time that we have. And look at what are the tools that are available for you to learn from others what they're trying to cope up with those questions that are being asked, and see what you need to do. It's a legitimate question, legitimate thing that your parents are asking, and sometimes teachers also have to feel that. But short of that, but now that I address the parents also, they have to moderate their telling what they need to do to students also. So towards that, positively giving feedback to students and bringing their experiences of how they have handled these similar things is something that will be very useful to both the students as well as parents. So have a discussion with your parents than confrontation. That is very, very important. And why they're saying, once you understand, think positively, you will find solutions to those problems. Nobody is looking at immediate solutions to those problems that they have said. But they may be thinking that you are spending too much time on browsing, or being chatting, eating, and all of that. As long as you're able to tell why it is happening, how you are learning, that is okay. So exams will get postponed. Unfortunately, they will not be able to do at the time that was it is in your own interest. So if they had the choice, they could have done much earlier, but it is in our interest they do all of that. So it doesn't matter. Now UGC, it looks like, is announcing only in September the next set of semesters are going to join, is what is going to start, is what I heard. So you have a flexible academic career. Why are you worried? You're all young. Someone at 65, 66, I am not at all worried. And you're in 16, you're not, you should not be worried. You have plenty of years to go through. So don't worry. So take positively and you will overcome.
Very good answer. I'm sure all the teacher community have got this answer. The next question comes from a student, Tejas DR. He asks, how to concentrate more on studies during holidays when the whole neighborhood is enjoying? It's from a student, Tejas DR.
All of us go through different cycles in our life, and those cycles may not coincide all the time, but you should set aside. You should set aside even on exam days, certain hours for freshening up your mind. So that is a time, all that we have in our resource, we as individuals have, is what all of us have, not just me. Now, all of us may not have money. That is a secondary thing to me. All of us have intellect. All of us have intellect, right? That is why you're all here. You have great intellect and you can learn, and you have positive mindedness, and you have time. Time is the most precious resource you have. Money you don't need to have. When I started my career, my first salary, I forgot to mention, I had a martoitu. 80 rupees and the first salary, 1971 only. I started as an RMS sorter. So that 80 rupees today has grown to whatever it is today, because I focused on how I need to usefully spend my time and learn new things and contribute. So towards that, all of us have the same opportunity. Money will follow once Saraswati is in your hands. Lakshmi will come. No, Lakshmi will follow Saraswati. Lakshmi can't come before Saraswati. So it's very important that you focus on that. So with those few tips that I have given you, I'm sure you will find you will overcome this very well. Allocate your time, be a little more disciplined. But discipline doesn't mean you can't enjoy. Enjoy. This morning also, I played chess. I played chess, online chess, before I come here, because my mind has to be sharp, logically sharp. I hope I have answered that.
The next question comes from a lecturer. Nowadays, there are two questions actually, sir, from the same lecturer. Nowadays, unnecessary conversation on social media kills our students' time How can we motivate them to read good books? And one more question from the same faculty. Due to the current scenario, COVID-19, the world is progressing towards e-learning, but how can we reach our rural student community who face a lot of internet issue? The question is from Kavya, a lecturer.
You know, this technology penetration in rural areas, it is improving, but a long way to go in countries like India and many other countries. So that I don't have a quick solution to that. But short of that, you know, we have our mobile technology being available, and through that, people should be able to do asynchronous communication. So, and they should be able to connect to the various forms, you know, in the nearest place. That is the shortest possible way. But now it is moving very fast. You know, totally about 500 billion mobiles are active in India. It is moving very, very, very fast. So towards that, you know, I am hopeful that that will be solved, you know, sooner or later in the next 10 years, like bank accounts have been solved through Janadhan and all of that has happened, so that the digital connectivity to your banking is happening, and even this will also be done, you know, in the coming forward. Your first question was related to how to motivate, you know, reading books in social media. You know, today reading per se is something that the current generation is giving up a lot more than what I used to do. You know, one of the complaints I used to have in my family was I always read a lot. Chandamama, Balamitra, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ತುಂಬಾ ಓದ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೆ. But in spite of it, I did very well in my academics. You know, so you don't need to worry about what you read to your academic thing as long as it motivates you. That's very important. I still remember Balamitra, ಓದಿದ್ರಿಂದ mythology ಓದಿದ್ರಿಂದ my innovation capabilities increase. Even today I watch Mahabharata along with my wife. Each one of those dialogues I see, it gives profound knowledge and value systems to generation, though it has happened, you know, several thousands of years. So it's very important that we connect to the right things, audio, visual, books, it doesn't matter. But as long as the input is the right thing, that it is getting into your mind or your eyes or your ears, that is very important.
Yes, sir. We have a couple of more questions, but as we are approaching towards the closing of the time, one more question from a parent I would like to ask you, sir. How can we boost up our children's confidence level during examination so that they can do their best academically and achieve their goals? It's from Shashikala, parent.
I know the confidence is something that can't be overnight, you know, you can't change. So you have to be constantly watching that based on the body language, even before the exam, and giving pep talks and making their mind relax. It's very important. The exam will always be there, you know, but the mind has to relax, and that is where having you know, one thing I enjoyed always when I used to be young, you know, was ನಾವೆಲ್ಲ ಒಂದು 5 ಜನ ಗಂಡು ಮಕ್ಕಳು 3 ಜನ ಹೆಣ್ಮಕ್ಳು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ 5 + 3 ಜನ ತಟ್ಟೆ ತಗೊಂಡು ಬಂದು ಕೂತ್ಬೇಕು ಒಂದೇ ಟೈಮ್ಗೆ. ಅದ್ ಟೈಮ್ ಆಯ್ತು ಅಂತ ಊಟ ಸಿಕ್ಕಲ್ಲ. So like that used to have some conversations that would encourage us and express ourselves, you know, in a more relaxed way. The family is very, very important, connected, and what we discuss there is equally important, and what especially the parent will talk about it more positively. You have to be more positive oriented parents than the children. So it's very important that we cultivate that. They will automatically learn these things.
Right, sir.
And also one thing in that same thing is, don't emphasize on the outcome of the exam. Let them give their best. No, please emphasize on that. Let them give their best, which they are capable of, and prepare well so far, and let them give their best. That is very important.
Right, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you for your kind words. And there are a couple of questions, but because of the shortage of time, I am very sorry for all the participants. I can't frame your questions. We can proceed on to that right now. Thanks a lot, Dinesh sir, for joining with us and doing this inauguration of the online digital platform and giving us such an inspiring talk on how to fight in this lockdown period and how to be composed to think positive, think future, and think learning. Once again, thank you,
Thank
Dinesh
you.
sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Murali and Madhavi, and all the people who have patience to listen to my talk. I hope it was useful, and I'm sure you'll all be more positive and more focused and be great learners, and so that we all see a brighter day going forward. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Namaste, sir.
Thank you.
Yes. For all the participants.
Thank you all the participants. Thank you very much. Thanks students, parents and teachers and all well-wishers. Thank you very much. Thanks for joining this.
Thank you, ma'am.
Support.
Sir, madam, thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Now we can unmute everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next day, ma'am.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, sir.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕಬೂಟರ್ ಓಕೆ ಸರ್.
Thank you, sir.
Like that.
No.
Murali, can I log off now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
COVID-19
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you all.
Thank you.
So it was nice. I could see
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು
all
ಮ್ಯಾಮ್.
were very good enough to be keeping themselves. I really appreciate it. And I guess
Thank
there are
you.
many other. Even we will see how to answer them. Thank you.
No questions.
Thank you.